Hello? Does this one work? Testing. Does this one work? Okay, sweet. Hello everyone. I'm here, and I am queer. This is my 12th anniversary, Five Nights at Freddy's stream. Just for fun. Now you will notice vibrant visuals are off. It's just because, the, experimental gameplay, right? You just currently, the latest patch, you can't get the wool stairs and slabs and stuff without not having vibrant visuals. So, you know, I do have those off. I will be covering, literally everything that I did in the previous video, but there has been some stuff updated. I'm not sure if there's anything new in the FNaF 1. There is for FNaF 2 for sure, I know that. FNaF 3, FNaF 4, and then if we go over here, Sister Location and FNaF 6 also probably have had some changes since the last time I showed them off. So, if you watched the previous video and, you know, you've already seen all the stuff that I showed off in the previous one, like, feel free to skip around or whatever if you needed permission. I'm still impressed how you managed to have kept up with this for so long. That is my brother. Hello. Yeah, it's definitely taken a while. I do have to, like, take breaks and stuff to keep myself motivated with it, but okay, I'm gonna start off the tour now. Over here, we have the jack-o'-lantern. Here is it. Oh, there's it. If I can click the correct button. There's its default appearance. It appears during the Halloween. You play FNaF 1 on Halloween. Here is Foxy. And, I said it in the original video, but I will say it again. These statues are built, with tutorials from Red X Does Minecraft. I got his name wrong in the original video, and I feel really bad about it. But it's Red X Does Minecraft, and then I make, like, small tweaks to it, like I changed the teeth out for the new sulfur ones recently, as an example. Here is Bonnie. And here's Bonnie with the dot eyes from the backstage camera. And here is Bonnie from the trailer, where they take their head off. So, I have added some new ones so far. Something that really bugs me is when I can't make it line up evenly, and I have to do, like, just one extra to the right. It sucks. Here is Freddy. I can't hear it. I have my volume off just to make sure I don't have echo. But there should be the tornado or march playing. You guys hopefully can hear that. There's Freddy with his dot eyes, like how he appears in the cam corner. And then here is Corpse Freddy, or Game Over Freddy, from the Game Over screen. Here is Chica. Sadly, she does not have any alts. Here is Golden Freddy. And Endo. something you'll notice is Chica just doesn't have a lot of alts in general. I'm not sure why. Scott just didn't change their model much for different renders, I guess. But I don't know. It's kind of sad because maybe that's part of the reason, like, they're kind of... This area needs to load in. That's part of the reason, like, the fandom doesn't care as much for them. And then I think the reason why Chica's been so lore relevant recently has been a reaction to Chica. Like the fandom not caring about Chica. Here is the main room. These were based off the movie, those booths. There's the prize corner from Help Wanted. Hold on, I'm gonna... Okay. Sorry about that. Here is the prize corner from Help Wanted. There's Pirates Cove. And the show stage. There's Chica's Magic Rainbow, just because I like throwing them in any build where Chica's there. The ball pit from Into the Pit, obviously. Here's a little arcade hallway. If you want more details on kinda my process with the FNaF 1 map and how I built it, you can check out the original video. I kinda go into a little more detail there. The day-night cycle turns the lights off, but you know, I'd prefer them to stay on for this, so I'm gonna quickly day lock. Over here is the restrooms. This was inspired by the Unwithered Truth take on the FNaF 1 pizzeria. And their take was inspired by a Reddit post, so, you know, kinda. This is Steve Raglan's office from the movie, for the manager's office, just for fun. If I go through the vents here, I can get into the kitchen, because otherwise it is a iron door, and you cannot get in. Yeah, here's the Help Wanted Chica repair. This is mostly based off of the Nights of Fright board game. There's the Into the Pit kitchen right there. I moved the safe room from there to actually be connected to the back room, just because it makes more sense diegetically. These nights are still not playable. I do still plan on making them playable, though. Let's see. I don't think... I need to go to the office. Oh, here's the supply closet. Okay, here is the office with its functioning doors and its lights. The lights work better when, you know, the lights are off, but, you know. There we go. There's the FNaF 1 pizzeria. I think that's everything. Yeah, okay. So moving on to the FNaF 2 pizzeria. As soon as I fix my pillow that I'm laying on. Okay. The Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Here is Withered Foxy. They of course have an alt with their eye patch up, but I'm just gonna... You can imagine it really quick, right? It's basically that. That way I save like half a second on the flying up and down. Here is Withered Foxy in the hallway. And then here is Withered Bonnie. And then this is Withered Bonnie with the white eyes, like you can see in the vent and the title screen. And the movie also changed their eyes to white too. There's Withered Freddy's fan and design, where he has his face partially obscured. It's based off of that render of him in the party room. That was his default. And then here is his office render. Okay, and then here is Withered Chica. And here is Withered Golden Freddy. And of course, Golden Hetty, where it's just his floating head. This guy is a very stupid character. This is the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 Halloween update, right? On Halloween, if you play, this guy appears on your desk. It is a completely different jack-o'-lantern model than the other ones. So I just call this guy Toy Jack-o'-lantern. He is a very strange character. Over here we have Mangle. And then here is... Oh, I did change it. Here is Mangle and Kids Cove. Most of these, it's just really their eye changing. So here is Mangle in the hallway with Foxy. They're just slightly redder for some reason when they're in the hallway with Foxy. And then Mangle on cam 10. And then here is Mangle, here is a Toy Foxy rendition by me. I took the hook from FNaF World and then I gave them like Toy Chica's body type. They also have a hook in, here's Toy Bonnie in the office. They also have a hook in a teaser before FNaF 2 released. So, and then there's default Bonnie. Here is Toy Freddy's jump scare. That other one before that one was Toy Bonnie's jump scare. I don't remember if I said that or not. Here is Toy Freddy. Here is Toy Chica. And then here is Toy Chica with their beak. Over this way, we have the best FNaF character, the Paper Pals. No other FNaF character is better than them. Here is RWQFSA Vixie, full legal name. Here is Shadow Freddy. Here is Endo02. And here is Endo02 with their big ol' peepers open. Over here we have the puppet, and then I have, there's also the music box playing. You should be able to hear that. Then I have an alt for them raising out of the box, where you'll notice they're lower and their legs are kind of bent backwards so they can fit further in. And then I have their jump scare, where their marionette puppet string goes away. They're floating, and their eyes are have the white dots and the pupils. And this is an alt with the box closed. The puppet is also definitely inside of there. Just trust me. You cannot see though. Here is JJ. Underneath the desk, they actually do not have their top of their propeller hat rendered. So, I did not include that in the FNaF 2 version. But the UCN one does have their propeller hat rendered, so that one will feature their propeller hat. There's Balloon Boy. And they got their endos inside of them. Dog. Just a purple guy's son. Alright. Here is the FNaF 2 building. This one is new. I have not shown this one off on YouTube yet. But this is a combination of the movie and the game and the books and probably more stuff too. But I can't remember all of that. Yeah. So here's the little bridge. There's the little cave section. I did kind of go crazy with, oh yeah, there's the Funtime Foxy head that's mounted above that curtain, connected to the water ride. I changed it to Lolbit because it's fun. Something I did do is I filled the water with the FNaF World fish, and I had to give them all unique names. Because they don't really have names. They're just unlabeled animatronic fish. Here is Marco and Polo, the serpents from Tales from the Pizzaplex. There is Delilah the mermaid. Here is Zeus the sea dragon. Let's see what else. Oh, here's the starfish from Freddy in Space. Here's Felix the shark. There's Chica's Magic Rainbow again. Here is Crabapple from FNaF World, Seaweed from FNaF World, and Mecha Crab from FNaF World. And then I made a little circus themed area. This, of course, is just kind of original stuff. Because, you know, this is kind of just a boring, generic cave. Oh, wait, hold on. Fred the Diver's in here somewhere, too. There he is. Or no, Frank the Diver. I'm sorry, I'm a fake fan. I'm gonna get canceled on FNaF Twitter. They're gonna dox me for being slightly wrong about the lore. Oof. Oh, there's a Mo Turtle. Okay, here is Ball Boy. I need to give them armor still. There's JJ with their plane going into 2 towers. There's Little Joe. Here is Ringmaster Foxy. There's Brow Boy. That's gonna be Clown Spring Bonnie, Circus Freddy, Dee Dee, Balloon Boy, Balloon Bonnie, Balloon Barrel from FNaF 6, Circus Chica. In there is Great Escape Fredbear, and I know that's Golden Freddy and hold on. Okay, and I know that's Golden Freddy and Golden Freddy, Great Escape Golden Freddy, God. And Clown Springtrap, but I just kind of made them the repaired versions because it doesn't make sense for them to be those versions for what I'm doing. There's Ringmaster Foxy. I don't know if I showed that one yet. There's just regular Ballora, Magician Mangle. I just kind of wanted to give it a general circus theme in here. Over here, I have the prize corner with the marionette, of course, unlabeled for some reason. There's another Balloon Boy because, you know, the FNaF 2 movie does show there is 2 Balloon Boys, the, like, autonomous animatronic one, and then the, there's the carousel, and then, like, still just, like, balloon dispenser one. Here is the show stage with Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, and Toy Chica. There's a little popcorn maker. This is actually from the McFarlane like brick construction set. Here is Kids Cove. There's a little ship. There's just another shark. It could be any number of the FNaF sharks. Felix, Sly, Hank the Hammer. So take your pick on who that is. Here's the arcade. I really like how this one turned out. It's just really nice. Then the arcades with like names on them and buttons and stuff will be made playable. Like this one's what is it called? Take Cake to the Children. There we go. There's like skee ball. There's the carnival hoops from FNaF 6. I just really like how the arcade turned out. I think it looks really good. This is Fruity Maze. Here's Midnight Motorist. There's Bonkabon. Okay, going over this way, you will see the kitchen. This kitchen isn't really based off of anything in particular, but the prices are accurate to 1987, so that's a really stupid thing I decided to waste time doing. Yeah, kitchen's not based off of anything in particular, but I did take, like, these shelves are based off of the movie. Very small stuff. Going down to the basement, I have the Wizards. There's Withered Chica, Shadow Freddy, Withered Bonnie, Withered Freddy. This back area is based off of the McFarlane brick construction sets as well. Here's Endo 02. Here's like the sister location conveyor belt, just to, you know, bring a little unity to the locations. Withered Golden Freddy. And again, the nights will be made playable. But, you know, takes time to do stuff. I forgot to show off the cameras on FNaF 1, and I just realized that. I will go back to that in a minute. But the cameras are functional on FNaF 1, and I could show that off. Here are the bathrooms. Here is whichever bathroom I walked into. And I'm not going to show you the other one because they are identical, so that the mirror effect works. Here is the hallway from FNaF 2. I wanted to keep this just because it's such an iconic part of FNaF 2, and I feel like taking it away, it's just not the same without it. So, even though this location is very heavily inspired by the movie in particular, oh, there's the caution bot from Security Breach. Even though this location is heavily inspired by the movie, I really wanted to keep this part of the games one in particular, just because it's so iconic. The one in FNaF 1 also honks, but I forgot to show that off. But I'm going back there anyway. So, yeah, that's the FNaF 2 location. I think it turned out really well. I do need to get some armor on the armor stands, because currently it just looks like there's a bunch of random armor stands about. I do want to add, like, just on this guest list, some, like, characters, just because I think it'd be funny. Like, I could write down, like, the MCI kids' names, or Charlotte. I could include some of the stupid book characters, like, I don't know. I think it'd be I think it'd be funny. I'm gonna show off the cameras for FNaF 1. I can't believe I forgot to do that. I was literally thinking about it, and then I still proceeded to forget. So, whoopsie. Just gotta go like this. And then... oh, that's the wrong one. And then this. Alright, so here we go. Here's the cam system. There's cam 8. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. There's cam 7, cam 5, cam 6, 4B, 4A, 3, and then if I switch over to this green die, I can switch tabs. So here's 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 2A, 2B, and then that closes the cams. Something that's really cool about it is because I'm on Bedrock Edition, and I'm not just like teleporting the player to those spots, I can actually see myself on the cameras. If I were to, for example, go over here. There I am. Hello! Yeah, it's, that's something I really like about this camera system in particular, is that I can actually see myself on the cameras, because it uses the camera command rather than, just doing it the old way of like teleporting the player to each spot. Let me go over this way. And then if I go... hold on. Wait. I'm gonna find myself. Wait, where am I? Oh, here? Oh, here. No, I'm in this one. Right? Hello? Where is this looking? Hold on. Where am I? My game is just a little bit laggy, if you can't tell. But... oh wait, I saw myself for a second. There I am. Hey guys. Five Nights. You're gonna get jump scared. Oh, I hit my head on the light. Anyway. Yeah, camera systems for FNaF 1. Do have to turn off these command blocks though, just because I don't like to leave them running constantly, otherwise I cannot hold die. And I kind of want to be able to do that. Oh, I broke a banner. There you go. Nope. There we go. Yeah, so I can't believe I forgot that for FNaF 1. That's my bad. I'm gonna go over to FNaF 3 now. Take a look at that one. Here is... I'm gonna start from left to right, actually. Here is the jack-o'-lantern from FNaF 3. And then here is the crumpled Freddy suit that you see on the left. Here is Phantom Balloon Boy with his jaw dislodged like during his jump scare, and him with his normal jaw. Here is him on the cameras with his blacked out eyes. How spooky. Here is Phantom Marionette. If I fly up faster, there is Phantom Marionette. And then Phantom Marionette as they appear on cam 08. Because on cam 08, they just look like regular Marionette. Here is the Shadow Cupcake. And then Phantom Mangle. Except for some reason they have these eyes when they're supposed to have this one. I was just playing around with the... or no, that wasn't me. I think that was a friend I had on the world. The eyes for the mimic, we were just putting on different stuff for fun. See how it looks. Here is Springtrap. I might go back and change him, because, I don't know. Here is Phantom Foxy. Something about him looks off. Here is Phantom Freddy with his missing leg. There is Phantom Chica in the arcade. And then here is Phantom Chica outside of the arcade. Whoa. Here is the toy box and the 2 paper pals. And then here is the RWQFSAFXC little figure on your desk. Yeah. So that's all the FNaF 3 statues, and then I'm going to go to the location. So, something fun that I did with this will load. I don't remember if I showed this in the previous video or not, but this exterior is based off of the, like, real-life haunted houses for FNaF. And then I wanted to put, like, a little tagline here, so I decided to go with the one in universe, because at this point in the timeline, it's saying, like, can you survive 5 nights doesn't make sense. That only makes sense around the Steel Wool era. Here is FNaF 3. There's Phantom Puppet. This is where they appear as normal marionette, but I excluded that for here because it's stupid. I think it's dumb. And the buildings are my version. Here is Springtrap. This is kind of the, like, safe room area that they are, like, getting spring locked in the trailer. The books mention that there is a safe room built for Fazbear Frights, even though that doesn't make sense. They find, like, in the books, they find Springtrap in the safe room, and they go, dude, that's so cool, that there being a secret room at Freddy's. We should, like, build our own secret room and put like Springtrap inside of there, because then it'd be cool. Like, why are you putting the only actual animatronic you found into a secret room most people aren't gonna see? Like, that's your star attraction. Either put it right at the front or right at the end. I don't know. Like, what were you thinking there, buddy? It doesn't make any sense. Here's Phantom Freddy. I passed by a bunch earlier, but you should have been able to read their names, hopefully. There's Phantom Foxy, the crumpled Freddy suit, and the FNaF 3 office. I'm hoping this flashing isn't too intense, that I should have put a epilepsy warning. I don't think it's too fast, so hopefully no one's, like, having a seizure from it. I'm sorry, my earbud fell out. Okay, there we go. Here is just the little back I made with, like they have, like, a fake trash can with, like, blood out the back or something, you know? Yeah, that is FNaF 3. It's a pretty small one. I'd want to build, like, a fall fest around it at some point, just because I think it'd be fun. I'm going to set it back to day now. Here is Nightmare. Something of note is I have I'll show you in a second. So, you notice the buttons on this one, they change to be the same color. It is just because the lighting makes it look like they have, the normal black buttons, the lighting makes them look gray. but they are actually just straight up the 2 black buttons, which later Steelwool did interpret as being actually, there's the buttons on that one too, as actually being like the gray and black, which I like that. I think it's a cool idea of just the mismatched buttons, but I'm considering removing it from the FNaF 4 one just because it is just an issue of lighting and not actually supposed to be a different look. That was Foxy with his freaky ass tongue from the teasers. And then here is Nightmare Foxy. And then here is Plush Foxy. Here is Nightmare Bonnie. Nightmare Freddy. And then here is the plush Freddy on the bed. And the Frettles. And then here is Nightmare Fredbear's head. And then Nightmare's head. And then Nightmare's head but transparent. And then Nightmarionette from the torso up. All things that appear on the bed. And a black stone wall that's on the floor as well for some reason. That's my favorite thing that appears on the bed. There is Nightmare Chica. And then here is Nightmare Fredbear. They have the same thing with the buttons again, but, you know, technically that's the correct one, and then this is the help wanted look, but, you know, I didn't know that, so I need to fix that. Here's Nightmare Fredbear from the teasers, when the design was still being shown off as monochrome, just because Scott was Scott. I'm like they, that means Scott Cawthon. Just because Scott didn't want to reveal it was a Nightmare Golden Freddy just yet. There's Plush Trap. So they were all grayed out in monochrome. There is... My phone went off. Okay, whatever. There is Nightmare Balloon Boy. And then here's Nightmare Balloon Boy during their jump scare. Literally the only difference is they get these poles in their mouth. Normally, the mouth is just floating above. Here is Jacko Chica. In a jack-o'-lantern. Jacko Bonnie. And then here is Nightmare Mangle. And then, all the way down here, here is the plushie Mangle from FNaF 4. The extremely ugly one. It sucks. I don't like it. You could have took like 2 more seconds to model it, Scott. 2. Here is Nightmarion. And then Nightmarion during their jump scare. They lose their teeth. Which, you know, looks like all spooky and cool when they're like this close to your face. But, you know, just like this, they look kind of funny. It just looks like they're missing their gums. Or or not missing their gums, like, they look like an old grandma that like took their dentures out. That's pretty funny looking. So here is the FNaF 4 map. As soon as I'm gonna get it all loaded in. Hold on. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna start over here with Fredbear's. So, there is the exterior for Fredbear's. I have the train track that runs by it from the books. Outside, I have Arnold's van backed at the employee parking, and the picnic bench out the back from the books as well. Arnold's band from Secret of the Mimic, just because it's fun to reference Secret of the Mimic, since that is around the same time in the timeline. Here is Fredbear and Spring Bonnie. There's the stage. There's the ceiling fans from the books. Yeah, just the main room. There's the arcades for the, like, regular night-to-night gameplay. Here is the back room. Here is, as soon as I, hello? Oh, there we go. Here is the safe room that currently has literally nothing in it. Yeah, I need to add, like, the, night select in there and stuff. Add some more interesting stuff back there. I might add, like, the other spring locks that we know about. There's, like, a little bar, like Bub and Captain Cobalt, and here's a kitchen. What else is there? Bub, Captain Cobalt. There's more spring lock suits from Secret of the Mimic. I don't remember all of them. Yeah, there's Fredbear's Family Diner. That sign was based off of Showtime Pizza. The actual, like, real life, or one of the actual real life. There's the mound from Midnight Motorist. Animatronic pizza places. Here is Junior's. I think this has been completely redone since I've shown it off last, because this is now more heavily inspired by the Five Laughs appearance, where before it was just built off of Midnight Motorist, so it was a very, very sad design. It was just like a little shack. But now it's got its cool little roof swoop, it's got this like overhang curtain. I think it looks pretty good. Over this way, I have the Emily household. Up here, there is the little kitchen. Here is here's an orange sofa. Here's the blood splatter from where Henry fucking killed himself. There's the TV. There's Suicide Bot that Henry designed to murder himself with. I'll go down there in just a minute. Here is Henry's room. And then here's a random bathroom that I had to design because houses have bathrooms. Here is Charlotte's room. There's Ella and Stanley, and this is supposed to be Theodore. And then down here is the Twisted Ones, or at least where they're buried. So they're buried under there. Trust me. I will not show you though, just trust me. Here is the fourth closet from the Twisted Ones, not the book, the fourth closet. Dumbass. Here is the FNaF 2 location that is underneath the Emily household for some fucking reason. There are slight differences between this one and the, just like, this one and, I can't think. My brain's not working. And the FNaF 2 location. Like, for example, there was supposed to be no, like, balls coming out of the ball pit. There's no, like, food stuff in the food troughs. And does this show up well at all? It works enough. And then the party room that's missing a table has the table. So it's just kind of like a more organized version that doesn't look as lived in. also not supposed to have that. Yeah. So there's that. If I go up here, here is Michael Afton's street that he walks down when he's got entered inside of him, dog. And this the purple guy's son. He got entered inside of him, dog. And all of his neighbors watch him. And then he pukes ended up in here. Here is the FNaF 4 playground. There's like the normal area, and then here's just the little extra stuff up front. Yeah. Over here is the Afton household / the house on the hill from FNaF 4. You can kind of see it here. If I were to mess with my FOV and tint the entire screen like a hellish red, you'd see it a lot better. Yeah. All the lights are functional. Here is the sister location, like TV spot. The couch from FNaF 4, the sofa from Midnight Motorist. Here is a master bedroom and bathroom that are based off of nothing. Here is the plush trap hallway. Here's Elizabeth's room. Here's a design that my friends and I made up for Michael's room because he's a little angsty teen. So he's got holes in his wall and a punching bag. You know? Here's just a design for William's office, and then here is William's office from the FNaF 2 movie. Here is the sister location bathroom. And then going over this way, here is the kitchen. And then, oh, these seats are also all color coded. Like here's Williams because he's purple. Here's Elizabeth because they're like mango or circus baby. This one's Michael because it's red like Foxy. And this one's yellow because they're golden sweaty. Like Dave, Evan, Evad, Cassidy, Burger, Afton, whatever Crying Child's name is. And then here's Ballora, and that's just a guest seat right there. Even though Ballora is not Afton's wife, but it's the closest thing we got to Afton's wife. I need to put like something here, like maybe a little, I don't know. I need to put something there. Like, closet maybe. I don't know. Yeah, there's Nightmare Freddy. He's in yo head. There's Nightmare Annette. There's Nightmare Foxy, Nightmare Mangle. And of course, lights are functional. Yeah. So then over this way. Oh no, I already went this way. That's it. That's it for the FNaF 4 house. The exterior is based off of Midnight Motorist and the House on the Hill and FNaF 4 and blah 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 blah. So here's the runaway, like the broken window, and then the footprints, and then the trash on the side of the house. Yeah. And then here is the Red Lake from FNaF World. Just threw it back here for fun. Yeah. A very small, stupid detail I added is you can actually go down a half slab at a time, like you're drowning yourself in the FNaF World lake. Because I just love wasting time. You know? Very, very stupid small detail that was completely unneeded. but I added it anyway. I don't know where the runaway went, so it just goes to an exit. Go wherever you feel like they went. Yeah, so that is FNaF 1 through 4. And then if I were to pop over here, we will see sister location. Here is the Fredbear plush. And then Lolbit. And then Lolbit with a body that I made for funsies. Here is Funtime Freddy. And then Funtime Freddy with Bonnet on their hand, just for fun. And then a Funtime Freddy's early design, as seen in the extras menu. And then Funtime Freddy with her face open. Set it back to that one. Here is the mini Rena. Here is the mini Rena with the jump scare eyes, where they're all yellow. And then here are the mini Renas plural, because all of them have stupid different poses. There you go. They're all there. Here is Ballora. And then here is Ballora with their faceplate open. And then here is Biddy Bab. Here is Electrobab. Here is Biddy Bab / Electrobab with their face open. Ooh, spooky. Here is Circus Babby. Here is Circus Babby with blue eyes. And then here is Circus Baby with their face open. And then here is Circus Baby with their face open and green eyes. Whoa. Because you couldn't imagine that. Here's Circus Baby's early design with their brunette hair from the extra menu. Here is Funtime Foxy. Here is Funtime Foxy with their face open. Here is their early design from the extras menu. And then here is Innard. I really like this one. This one's probably one of my favorites. It's so cool. There's so much just like little detail on them. I really like this one. And now here's my least favorite one. Here's Innard with their face closed, and they have their eyebrow back, because for some reason when their face opens, they lose their eyebrow. And I don't know how or why, but having both eyebrows makes them look chopped as hell. That's Innard without their mask, and then here is Innard from the teasers for the game. And then over here is everyone's favorite character, Yendo. Everyone knows Yendo. Everyone remembers Yendo. They are so cool. I love Yendo. Here is Dark Springtrap. Let me put on the actual one. Here is Dark Springtrap with their missing wire and missing pelvis. This was so cool that Funko decided, yeah, we need to make merch of this guy, except let's not include his missing pelvis or missing wire that actually make him different. And then the Freddy Files went, Dark Springtrap, yeah, we're calling him that now. Okay, yeah, here's Dark Springtrap. Here's Art of Dark Springtrap. Uh, I also am not going to remove their wire or their pelvis. And then here's my own interpretation on Dark Springtrap, where it looks more, I took the missing jaw from Ignited Springtrap and the missing arm from Scrap Trap over there. There it is. Scrap Trap over there. And tossed those on, and then I removed more of the torso, so it wasn't literally just the torso, and more of the arm. As kind of a, like, at this point, Springtrap compared that to this, and it's like, okay, now it makes sense why Afton would, like, change their suit. Because this, oh no, he's missing his pelvis and an ear wire. This warrants an entirely new suit. Does not make sense. Like, just get a piece of cloth and cover that thing up, William. I don't know what you're doing, bud. You're throwing. Unless he wanted to be chopped. Do you think he wanted to be chopped? Here's Circus Baby's Pizza World. Closed due to gas leaks. If I go around the back, here is the sister location elevator. Wait for the door to close. There we go. Oh my god. Wow. Sister location. I sure hope my sister's here. Here's the fan. Look at the fan. Isn't that awesome? Here is the Laura stage and the mini Brunos. Here are the stupid Agony FNaF 4 testing chambers where William tortures children for fun. From the books. Here is Funtime Freddy's little power module room. I need to change the lights out in here, because they're supposed to be flickering up in there. Here is Funtime Foxy. Here is the scooping room with Anode. Oh my god. There's Yendo. Here is the parts and service room with Bon Bon. And there's the back side of the scooping room. Over this way. So something weird is the scooping room is supposed to be complete opposite of the private room, but you know what's complete opposite of the private room? Funtime Foxy stage. So like, where else was this supposed to go? I don't know. Here's Lolbit. Oh, and the doors work here too. Just like FNaF 1. Including this one, the little vent door up here. If it wants to open back up. There we go. There's Electrobab. Classic and iconic character. Yeah. So that's the private room. And then if I go out this way, here is another one of the FNaF 4 Agony chamber, whatever the fucks. This overrides so you could theoretically lock yourself out of the sister location room, and you'd be stuck back in this area forever. However, I didn't want that to happen, so I added a little button over there that literally just opens the top vent. That way you can't lock yourself in. Here's Circus Baby's room. Ooh. Here is the FNaF 4 fucking Fredbear's. Here's Fredbear's. And then I need to build out this way like a Truman Show-esque like little setup. for the crying child's like house or whatever. Yeah. Again, plans to make it playable. Currently not playable. And then if I go back out all this way, and I climb through 50,000 vents, it's just like sister location. It's 90% vents. It's awesome. And I go over here. Here is Circus Baby's room. Or I guess the circus control room. The other side of Circus Baby's room. There's underneath the desk there. And then there's just a button down there because when I do make it playable, that will teleport you to just like a mini game, so that I can make it like functional with the gameplay. So you can't really get under there right now. It's crazy how much better item frames with like glowing items look in vibrant visuals. Like they look so cool in vibrant visuals, but then because they're off right now because of the or I need to pull it up as an example. The wool stairs and stuff from experimental, they look so stupid. It's crazy. They look so good in vibrant visuals, and then like you take I forgot to go up, and then you take it off, and it's like, oof, that just looks like a good thing. That's where Mangle crashes through the fucking ceiling in the books, you know. Here is Funtime Freddy's Mirror Maze. I'm in Circus Baby's Pizza World now. I don't know why I didn't say that at all. I just kept going. So, here's Funtime Freddy's Mirror Maze. Here is a way to the arcade that is blocked off. Here is Circus Baby's room, which has a way to the elevator that's blocked off. And then if I go out this way, this is a way to the hallway that's blocked off. So the only way to get out of here is going over here. So over here is what would be Ballora's stage, and then the carousel from the Fourth Closet book. And then here is the, like, amalgamate room from the Fourth Closet. Also kind of a reference to Molten MCI. But, yeah. That was a Springlock suit. Unlabeled Springlock suit. That they put you inside of, and here's the arcade. Alright, let me go this way first. Here's a random fucking janitor's closet. Okay. And here, oh my god, it's a dead end. Where do I go? Oh my god. Here's the arcade. That they put you inside of in, I want to say, Night 4 of Sister Location. That random Springlock suit. Yeah. And then if I go through here, here is the main room. That's where Funtime Foxy normally would be. Here's a little ball pit that's fenced off. Cotton candy stand from the books. The novel trilogy. Monkey bars, swing, a little play set that looks a little bit like Among Us. There's a kitchen, and then if I were to go over this way, here is the entrance, and that is Sister Location. I personally believe that Sister Location is actually under the FNaF 2 location, just like lore-wise, but I just wanted an excuse to build Pizza World, so, you know, there's a Pizza World. I also think it's way cooler that it is just, like, underneath location that it was supposed to be. I think it's cool. Here is Pan Stan. Here is Mr. Can Do. Here is #1 Crate. Mr. Hugs. And Bucket Bob. And then here is more stuff that I'm going to build later. Here's the sanitation station. And this is going to be the duck pond, and then the FNaF 6 Paper Pals. But they don't have statues just yet, so that's how I'm representing them. I'm going to go over here. Here is Molten Freddy. Here is Molten Freddy during their jump scare with their red eyeball. Here is Molten Freddy during the salvage sequence where their eyeball is black. And then here is Molten Freddy in the alleyway where their eyeball is gray, white-ish, grayish-whitish, apparently. I was wrong. Here is Afton, / the objectively better name, Scrap Trap. And then, oh wait, that was their salvage one. So you'll see they have the black eyes. And then here is their default appearance with their silver eyes. Five Nights at Freddy's, the silver eyes. Here is Scrap Baby. This is Scrap Baby during the opening cutscene. Nothing changed, because it's really just, all the animatronics have lights in their eyes, but during the opening sequence they do not have lights in their eyes. So, you know, it's the exact same build-wise, except there's no light. Oh, something you may also notice is, like, I did go through and update it with the wool stairs and stuff, but I haven't done that on all of Circus Baby's alt, just because they have the most out of every character. So, you know, replacing the same blocks over and over and over again is only so fun. Here is their jump scare, I think that was. Yes. Their eyes were, like, gray. Here is them during the... What ending is that? The one, the true ending, basically. The one where Henry burns everything to the fucking ground. That one was actually pretty cool. This is... Oh, this is Freak Show Baby. So this is based off of the Freddy Files image. So their skirt's complete. They don't have their fan. Their eyes are, like, glowing and stuff. They're not, there's no green in their eyes, it's just, like, glowing. Very, very small differences, just still the most different out of all of these. Here's the alley. The burning and the freak show are actually cool. Like, the rest of these are just fucking... I changed number 15. Then the salvage, where you can't see their eyes. Here is Lefty. And then here... Oh, sorry, this is Lefty fan-in design, where they have the puppet inside of a dog. This is Henry's son. Or not son. Or, well, I guess son until it got retconned. There is their default appearance with the endo inside instead. No. the... Hello? Oh, these just don't exist. Oh, it's gone. Okay. That's wonderful. Here is Lefty in the alleyway. You can see the puppet between their limbs. And then here is the FNaF 6 sign. And give me one moment. Alright, over here are the mediocre melodies. Here is Orville. And then here's Pig Patch. And then Mr. Hippo. And then Ned Bear. And Happy Frog. And all of their stupid little battery packs they all have. They gotta have them. They gotta keep charged, otherwise how are they gonna work? Here's fucking Gumball Swivel Hands. Classic character, everyone knows Gumball Swivel Hands. I'm gonna build them over here too. In Candy Cadet. Candy Cadet actually people give a shit about, but you know, I still gotta build those ones. I'm gonna build Lemonade Clown. Here's Helpy. And then Rockstar Foxy, and fandom name Pickles the Parrot, and then Rockstar Bonnie, and then this is going to be Neon Jukebox, but currently it is a, what's that block called? There's Rockstar Freddy. I didn't know if this, I cannot remember, Jukebox. It's literally, I literally just said Jukebox and I couldn't, okay. Here's Rockstar Chica, and then that's going to be Fruit Punch Clown. The Jar of Pickles, Egg Baby, but here is Music Man, El Chip, and Funtime Chica. And then I am also going to build Security Puppet and Prize King. But, yeah, that's FNaF 6. So now, if I head on over to the actual build, it is only partially finished. I gotta build a parking lot, if it will ever load in. Yeah. So here is the unfinished FNaF 6 building. The interior is all finished, I just gotta do some stuff for the exterior. So, here is Lefty's alleyway, and Molten Freddy's alleyway, and then over here is Afton's alleyway / Scrap Trap's alleyway, and then here is Scrap Baby's alleyway. I couldn't remember her name for a second. And then Scrap Baby's alleyway from the Freddy Files that like Freak Show Baby shows up in, which is literally just early Scrap Baby. So if I walk in to the building, whoa, that's so cool. Here is the Helpy Repair minigame from Help Wanted 2. But there's Security Puppet. Here's the bathroom. You don't need to see both sides, they're the exact fucking same like always. Here's the like little stand from Security Breach, and then here is the main room. There's Gravity Vortex, Egg Baby, the Neon Jukebox, the Discount Cooling Unit, the screens from Help Wanted 2. There's all the posters along the wall from Help Wanted 2. There's Candy Cadet, Prize King, Gumball Swivel Hands, Ladder King Ladder, whatever the fuck this is called. It's here. Don't, all the King Ladder fans out there can rejoice. The poster for Lally's Lollies. Here's the Fizz Time Pop Soda. Here's Fruit Punch Clown and Lemonade Clown, the Pickles, the Help Wanted 2 concession stand, the Duck Pond, the balloon stand, the what is it, ball pit tower or whatever. Here's all the rock stars. I don't know why he has a sword. Here's all the rock stars. Oh, here's the Paper Pals from FNaF 6. And then I'm going to go this way first. Here's just a random employee, like, break room and kitchen area behind the counter. And then here is a back exit. Oh yeah, there's also the security doors all over the place. Yeah. Back exit. party rooms. And then, let's see. Oh, back here, little janitor's closet with the sanitation station back there. And then here is the arcade with Mystic Hippo. The little rocket ship games that I forget the name of. Here's Fruity Maze and Midnight Motorist. Here's Carnival Hoops. And then this is a row of unfinished arcade cabinets that I need to color and make look good. So, that's fun. Back here is there's just a, like, firework or something that went off outside. Here is Princess Quest whatever the fuck from Help Wanted 2. 3. There's the mask saying you can take off your, or the poster saying you can take off your Vandy mask. And then back here is just a big fucking storage room. I'll go through everything in there in a second. Here is the salvage room with the no one is here, I'm already inside sign. Yeah. Okay, so here is number 1 crate and the basic stage. Here is Ned Bear on the, what is it, medium stage. And then here is Bucket Bob and Pan Stan, Mr. Can Do, Mr. Hugs. This is the other stage. I can't memorize all the stage names, sadly. That's not in my pay grade. Here's Funtime Chica and El Chip. And then the deluxe ball pit. Here's Orville Elephant and Mr. Hippo. And they're on this stage. Pig Patch and Happy Frog. And then Music Man. And then here is the random fucking speakers that I can't remember the name of. And then here are plates. And then here are the colorful plates. And then here is the discount ball pit. And here's the balloon barrel. And I think that's everything for this back area. I also just threw in like some random old location posters. Because, you know, the whole place is supposed to burn to the ground. So, as much as you can. This is the stairs from Security Breach in Ruin, right? So, you go all the way down here. Here is the office from FNaF 6. There's a little fan back there that you can kind of see is spinning. It's very dark down here. If I go this way, here is Rask. For all 2 Rask fans out there, do not ask me what that stands for. I forget. Something. Ooh, nope, no idea. Anyway, here is the burn trap room, slash when Henry says, I am nearby. This is where I decided he is. So, yeah. If I were to go through this fucking dark ass tunnel, can you guys see anything? Yeah, you can see about as much as I can. Okay. Yeah, here's the fucking dark ass tunnel. This doesn't do anything, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Here is that Fredbear poster from Ruin. These are the Ruin tunnels. I don't think I said that. I just said tunnel. I go all the way down here. Here is where the Mimic chases you. The tunnels Mimic chases you into. And then over this way, there's the 5 fucking doors that are locked. Find my 5 doors. And then the scooper comes down and it gets the Mimic. Oh my god. That's awesome. Dude, this is so fucking cool. Yeah. And then over this way is the elevator from FNaF 6. Or, not from FNaF 6, from Ruin. And you enter the elevator and it fucking drops down. This does not work currently, because there's nothing inside of there to look at. I don't know where the elevator goes, so I'm gonna hold off on building it. I'm assuming to, like, sister location, right? That makes the most sense. Okay, going through these tunnels again. This area will eventually connect to the back of the Mimic's room, but for this build, that doesn't make sense to do. Because the forklift is what breaks that back wall out into the tunnels, so, I don't know. I just built it here. You can access it through the burn trap room. So going out this way, there is nothing but dirt. But if you sift your way through the dirt, and you crawl all the way to the very back, oh my god. It's the Mimic room from Ruin. There's mixes. There are mixes in it. And there's the forklift. Except it's not security breach. It's not like Pizzaplex themed in this one. Because I think that's dumb. Here's the Mimic. There's the lion mascot suit. There's the elephant and the unlabeled one. And then this is the wall that breaks out in Ruin, and you get to go through the tunnels. Yeah, there you go. That is the FNaF 6 build. I am not going to crawl through all of those tunnels to get out. I'm just going to do this. Whoa. Look how cool. I love tunnels. They're awesome. Those were such a pain in the ass to build. Do not just build tunnels. It's so fucking boring. These are all my notes for building the Pizzaplex right here. They probably look like complete nonsense, and they probably are. But, you know, I do plan on making the Pizzaplex, and it will, of course, be the unified canon that I do for everything. So it's going to have to combine the tales from the Pizzaplex books and Ruin and Security Breach and everything into one build. Oh, and then I'm also including like cut content too, so it's going to be rough. It's going to be a very long build to make. I'm probably going to try and make FNaF World before I do that. I do have just a little bit more stuff to show off before I am done. This is just like some extra stuff that has been built on the world. Here is a purple guy from FNaF World shooting slasher at his children. I do have like friends that help me on the world, so some of these builds are theirs. Here is just like a different Psychic Friend Fredbear plush, and a different one. This is a Freddy head that I built when I was like a lot younger, that my friend rebuilt on this world. And then I put a gun to its head and I'm shooting it. Here is Lol's Hacks. Those fireworks are pissing me off. Here is Lol's Hacks. The best FNaF character ever. Here is Lolbit from Frick Bears 3. The best FNaF character ever. Here is Funtime Freddy plushie with his little bonbon and bonnet. The best FNaF character ever. Here's Marionette plushie. Here's Circus Baby plushie. Here's a Chica plushie with a little Mr. Cupcake. There's Golden Freddy plushie. Bonnie. Pomni. Orange guy. Probably Henry. No. Is William. I think this was supposed to be Henry though. So, whatever. Here are just my redesigns of the classics. So there's Freddy, and then Bonnie, and then Cheeker, and then Golden Fredder, and then I need to do Endo. That's just base Endo right now, but you know. Here is Adventure Endo that I built because I wanted to make Mendo. I had to build Adventure Endo to use as a base for Mendo. So here's Mendo, and I gave him the Mimic's eyes because the Mimic is 100% Mendo, bro, trust me. Yeah. So there's Mendo. That is everything for the world. So that about wraps it up. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. I think I'm going to wrap up stream. But happy 12th anniversary for FNaF. Thank you all for tuning in and just watching me show off my little FNaF world. I say little, but like, how long is this video? Fucking 2-3 hours. Yeah. But let me show off my FNaF world to you guys. I'm very excited for everything that's been announced, because they did announce a FNaF World 2. There was the Security Breach 2, and then they're building a real-life Freddy's location. I'm still fingers crossed hoping for some 5 Laps at Freddy's news, because we haven't heard anything about it in forever. But, you know, you can only dream. Yeah, I'm very, very excited about all the upcoming things for the series. So, I think I'm gonna wrap up on that note. Good things are coming for FNaF. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch. Goodbye. I'm ending it. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of my fucking stream. Don't ever unsubscribe from me. Don't ever fucking watch me again. I'm done. I quit. How do I end stream?